Hello and welcome to part 2 of section 1 of the MSP Foundation Certification Training. In this, we will continue the syllabus item, understanding key concepts relating to programs and MSP. Particularly in this part, we will look at the characteristics and reasons for a program, the challenges that MSP addresses, and the program environment. This section is worth 3 marks. This part rather from this section 1 is worth 3 marks. So in total, section 1 made up of part 1 and part 2 is collectively 5 marks worth. So as mentioned just now in this section, we will be covering the characteristics of a program, the common reasons for use of program management, the common challenges MSP is designed to address, and the program environment. Just to be clear once again, the program characteristics, the reasons why we need to use program management, and what are the challenges when using it, and the overall program environment, what does it comprise of? Firstly, the program characteristics. Programs are a temporary structure. Though they can exist for many years, but program governance using the themes adds specific value, which means programs exist to create value, and the program ends when that governance is no longer required, which means activities can resume their normal ways of working, such as general operations or whatever, when the program ends, because no longer program governance would be necessary. Another characteristics is that programs lead multiple related projects and other work. You might recollect the example of the satellite earlier, the satellite launch program, where we had 3 projects to do: the satellite build, the launch vehicle build, and the communication system build. So these are related projects within the satellite launch program. Project work or process work creates outputs and capabilities that enable outcomes of benefits. We had seen earlier that outputs lead to capabilities, meaning something new is possible when there are outputs, and when that something new is done for some time, it creates certain outcomes, for example, increase of revenues, and when that is measured, it is known as benefits. So for example, the satellite launch program may have several outputs, such as a satellite in orbit, etc., and maybe a weather monitoring system, and the capability is to allow the monitoring of the weather. And when that happens over a period of time, one of the outcomes could be increased agricultural output. And the benefit statement could be specifically be an increase in agricultural output, but due to weather monitoring by 5%. Therefore, program management goes beyond coordinating the collection of necessary work and is focused on making choices on what work is done and when, which means the program has to decide which projects need to be done together and maybe other operations as well to be part of the program, and when they need to start, when they need to finish. Another characteristic, which is a key characteristic, is that programs progressively achieve outcomes of benefits. The word progression is important, and the benefit is also important, which means it's not a giant leap to the moon, but step by step. So let's take a look at all of these points here. Programs need to deliver benefits throughout the life cycle, which means programs must use an incremental approach rather than big bang approach. Also, programs need to move towards the desired future state, and benefits need to come as early as possible. Imagine a program running for many years without any benefits achieved yet. That wouldn't be ideal. Therefore, key is to move towards the future state and realize benefits at the right pace. Also, the incremental approach allows to keep a check on the environment and make adjustments to the program based on the changing environment. Compare that with a big bang approach where a group of people is trying to achieve a goal over a longer period of time without considering changes to the environment. So by the time they reach that goal, things might be outdated. Therefore, incremental approach would be required. The first question is number 13. Which statement about programs is correct? Programs progressively realize outcomes of benefits through fixed time boxes. B. Programs require projects to deliver outputs iteratively by using agile ways of working. C. Programs design multiple landing points of capability and benefit realization. Or D. Programs require the projects to adopt the same mode of delivery. Option C. Programs design multiple landing points of capability and benefit realization seems to be correct. Indeed, programs do not progressively realize outcomes or benefits through fixed time boxes, but rather by designing multiple interim landing points that are spaced to reflect a step change in capability and benefits realization. Note the keyword step change in benefits and capabilities.